All right, we're moving on.
All right, we have Ron Yubeta talking about curing.
Good afternoon.
Ron,
I'm Ron Yubeta with Pathfinder. I'm the West Coast sales rep. I've been hanging around the industry for about 45 years. Spent a lot of time in manufacturing and production. So got a lot of related experiences that everybody has. Welcome. Let's get started. I guess we're going to go to start curing. And what we'd like to see, of course, is you using the wireless rack crawler by Tiger. It's Wi-Fi communication. There are no cables on this car. It's a more compact design and wireless charging technology. So we don't have the headache of getting inside of a kiln and having a wire twist and having to yank all the cable off and drag the car out, that kind of stuff. So it's a neat feature to have. A short video of CureTec.
CureTec, experts in concrete curing. We supply a wide range of leading technologies for curing that always create the right climate for high-quality concrete products. Quicker and higher early strengths, constant product quality and color, as well as possible cement savings of up to 10% are just some of the advantages. Our practice-proven systems are individualized for your very requirements. Based in Germany, we offer installation and service worldwide. Since 2011, for more than 450 projects. Contact us and optimize your concrete curing with experts. CureTec.
The CureTec, make an out-cure system, and it's basically something that you have all three kinds of control on. You can get warmth, humidity, and air circulation in different ratios, different speeds. Very important in some products nowadays, since you don't want to bring temperature up too fast, but you want to be able to cure and turn it around in 12 to 16 hours. And if you have the luxury of 24-hour cure, it adjusts for that as well. It's quite a extraordinary kind of self-learning system. So what style kiln do you think works for you? PTS, car and crawler, door systems? Here's an installation of a PTS system. Well, I went too far. Installation of a rack system in a time frame, about 6 weeks until commissioning, right off bare ground. As you can see, pre-foundation set up for this machinery that's going to feed this kiln. In this case, it's a PTS. And in go the wall panels, insulated wall panels, all the rack systems, all the pieces and parts for locking the car in position, the rails. So it can be done quite well and pretty quick when we have a system ready to go in. It takes up very little time, and these are things that we can always work towards in helping you in the future. Door systems are really important. Airflow is very important. Keeping that kiln sealed as much as possible is very important. And as you can see, doors go in and we're ready to fire up and start curing. The typical steam generator that we use is an NDG steam generator. It makes steam pretty quick. It's really efficient. CO2 rich steam means that we're introducing the right amount of gas or CO2, carbon dioxide, at a constant flow rate, so that your set times and your color sets and everything else it really helps a lot to get to that point. Really important for us in the industry when we look at the face of the block and we start losing colors, we want to know why. But that goes hand in hand, of course, with the air circulation. Low emissions, small space requirement, easy installation, low on maintenance costs because there is no ceramic chambers. This is a water jacketed chamber that uses the cooling water as steam water in the circulation. Power ratings that can handle any size kiln, be it masonry, be it sandwich metal, and of course, variable speed steam temperatures. The Ag-Therm heating system, a wonderful system. Of course, if you're in the cold climate, you have a tendency to have your aggregates freeze up over the wintertime in your bins. Something that you can appreciate is being able to turn on the batching and mixing and go right back to work to meet your customers' needs. Sometimes they're not shut down for the cold weather and you're shut down because your bins are frozen over. But it stabilizes a lot of the product, stabilizes what you have to have for your mix cycle. And it's a low energy unit. It doesn't use a whole lot. Just all it does is basically it keeps the aggregate moving. It'll thaw out a frozen bin of gravel or sand almost immediately. It's a pretty quick system. We can also offer with the Ag-Therm a separate boiler package, just enough to give you heated water for your mixing cycles. So keep that in mind. That's also a nice feature in the colder climates. So when you determine your best curing system for you, we have a test chamber that's available for rent. With the test chamber by CureTec, Pathfinder can send this to your site. We can then help you determine which is going to be the best cure method and best cure cycles.
Thanks, Ron. Couple quick questions for you. We recognize, so a lot of customers recognize that they might need to upgrade their system. What kind of time frame will they need in order to do that?
Well, improvements come in a lot of forms, but most are efficiency with the cure cycle and cure chamber. Amounts of steam, air circulation, chamber conditions, they have to be addressed. Planning your downtime can be answered with a good plan. We are good at doing this, so it's just best to let us help. We'll sit down with you and evaluate your current curing and chamber conditions.
Some people experience with other curing systems water on their floor. How can we eliminate that?
Water, of course, because of the condensate that's always in the cure cycle. It's just maintaining better control of how much preset, how much steam and how much heat. And of course, what works best with your ambient conditions around your plant. If you're getting a lot of moisture, evidently it's running off walls, running off ceiling, running off pallets and racks, and we're just introducing too much too soon. It's a matter of just adjusting that, and with the help of CureTec engineering, we can get really tight and really close on doing something like that and get rid of that water. Water is very damaging, as we all know, and it's something we are determined to help you do.
And speaking of water, I know I've talked to a number of people that sometimes see marks on their product or on their pallets or different areas of their kiln. Is there a similar way to fix that?
Well, again, it's the same answer. It's a matter of controlling the amount of moisture and at the time the moisture is being, the steam and moisture are being introduced. And of course, keeping up a great air circulation system so that we're not having water condensate off the bottom of a pallet and drip onto the product, or condensate off the ceiling and drip onto the upper product. A lot of times you'll see that running down the side of the face of the block or pell up in a paver. So we just need to address those situations. With CureTec, once you have the system installed, of course, we offer a program to be able to get in wirelessly and help you understand your system better. We can also see what's going on with the cure cycle. And so we can make better suggestions as far as what your cure cycle should be.
And some people, struggle with trying to maybe they have too much cure time in order to get the results, or even after an extensive amount of cure time, they're not getting the results that they want. They're not getting the hard splits that they want. Sometimes colors are off. What options are there for those types of problems?
Now, one of the best options, of course, is to get the test chamber and let's get to finding out what's going on. Let's go look at the results we get from that, and let's adjust your steam and circulation and your actual cure cycle to what we have learned using a test container.
And of course, curing does have a lot to do with longevity of pallets and racks. Can you explain that a little bit further?
Well, curing, it's an accelerated deterioration of everything because we are introducing steam and moisture and we're shoving it into the product, trying to get it to use up all our cement and make the strongest product possible. I think that most of the answers to this is what's going to be happening within your cycle, your cure cycle, and how much moisture is being introduced in it. What kind of atmospheric conditions that we have in the acceleration. Water quality is another thing. We want to look at water quality, of treating the water correctly, and that alongside of cure efficiencies should help slow down pallet and rack deterioration.
Right. And I'm going to change this format here a little bit. Originally, we were going to wait till the end to answer questions, but there's some good questions coming through here. So we'll just go ahead and answer as many questions as we can after some of the presentations, if that's okay. But first question coming in is, can CureTec retrofit an existing Johnson curing system?
Yes, it can. It'll go right in place. We're just going to be moving into the same manifold and then bringing the water and gas to the NDG burner.
And then the other question was on the wireless rack crawler. The question was, are the sensors embedded in the concrete and that's what it's running off of?
Yes, we're going to see the stop points, but it's also going to be using wheel sensors and encoders to get us close and tight and make it as efficient as possible.
Great. All right. I think we're all set. Thank you.